want you to be here.
I want to be there.
Why do you have to be in the NFL?
So I'm going to be scouring the internet for you.
I'm so excited.
You sing this song.
I'm so excited.
From locker room heartbreak to wedding vibes and family chaos, this saga has it all. First up, a surprisingly tender Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce moment surfaces right after a brutal Chiefs loss, reminding everyone that love doesn't clock out when football does.
I love you. I don't know. How do you remember 36,000 plays that are all tactical missions and then just go do it?
And then, just like that, the mood flips, because Taylor's bachelorette plans start bubbling, with her bridesmaids quietly plotting trips that scream main character energy. From there, we head back to the gridiron, where Andy Reid opens up about the heavy, drained atmosphere inside the Chiefs' locker room after playoff elimination and Patrick Mahomes' devastating injury.
I'm not happy about it. Neither is anybody here.
And then things get delightfully domestic, as Kylie Kelce breaks down the hilarious chaos of who dresses the kids in her house.
Our house, because I am a type C mom, this probably is not as clear of a distinction.
And finally, Kylie steps into the spotlight for a powerful reason, making a heartfelt personal announcement tied to a meaningful fundraiser.
I'm so careful to make sure that I continue my messaging. I have not wavered, and I will not waver from people understanding that.
Picture this: freezing temps, Arrowhead Stadium buzzing, playoff hopes hanging by a thread, and Taylor Swift bundled up like a chic human marshmallow, pulling up to support her soon-to-be hubby Travis Kelce. Sunday night was supposed to be a comeback moment for the Chiefs, a do-or-die showdown against the Chargers. Instead, it turned into one of those heartbreak specials nobody ordered, ending in a rough 16-13 loss that officially slammed the playoff door shut. Ouch. Insiders say the vibe on the field went from tense to straight-up brutal, and Kelce was in absolutely no mood to chat afterward. He brushed off reporters, making it clear this wasn't the moment for sound bites or silver linings, which honestly tracked with how the entire season had been going for him. Swift was watching it all unfold from Kelce's personal suite, surrounded by family, including her mom Andrea and the Kelce crew, kids included, turning the box into a full-on family watch party. Sources noted that despite the loss, Swift stayed locked in, fully supportive, because if there's one thing she knows, it's riding emotional roller coasters for a living. And right when Chiefs fans were still processing the playoff elimination, a totally different moment involving Swift and Kelce started making waves. Just days earlier, Swift had dropped the first episodes of her Disney Plus docuseries, giving fans a backstage pass to her Eras Tour life, and yes, her romance too. In one scene that insiders flagged as peak adorable, Swift was riding to Wembley Stadium while chatting with Kelce on the phone. The call happened while she was heading to perform a sold-out show, and he was stuck at practice because, of course. Swift joked about their wildly different worlds, comparing teammates and coaches, and even poked fun at how her version of a head coach was basically her mom. Kelce played along, clearly soaking up the moment. The exchange showed how they kept things light even when their schedules were pure chaos.
Baby, how you doing? So I'm going to the stadium and we'll do a little dressing room rehearsal. It's basically the same job. I got songs to remember, you got plays to remember.
You got teammates, I got teammates.
You've got Coach Reid, I've got my mom.
The call wrapped with Kelce expressing how much Swift had improved his life, and Swift being Swift framed the conversation like it was an emotional vitamin drip. Cheesy? Absolutely. Effective? Also yes.
I want to be there.
I want you to be here.
I want to be there.
Why do you have to be in the NFL?
So I'm going to be scouring the internet for you.
I'm so excited.
You sing this song.
I'm so excited.
And this all hit extra hard because Swift was riding high during her birthday weekend. She turned 36, casually watched her team lose, and still had her album The Life of a Showgirl climbing back to #1 because apparently dominance was her default setting. And while that sweet moment had fans melting, the next chapter in this love story was already quietly shifting gears into full-on celebration mode, because Taylor's bachelorette era was apparently loading in the background like the world's most glamorous group chat. Even though the wedding date is still locked away like a classified file, her inner circle is not waiting around twiddling their thumbs. The planning is already in motion, and it's not some basic one-weekend situation either. Not one, not two, but 3 or 4 separate girls' trips designed to sprinkle joy, chaos, and core memories all over the calendar. Think New York City for late-night laughs, Nashville for nostalgia, the Bahamas for beachy unplugged vibes, and Italy because obviously, if you're Taylor Swift, pasta and wine on another continent is just a casual option. Behind the scenes, Selena Gomez and Gigi Hadid are reportedly stepping into their unofficial roles as chief fun officers, taking charge like seasoned event planners who also happen to be global icons. They're deeply invested in making sure everything feels intentional and very Taylor, which means zero cringe, maximum effort, and vibes that scream friendship over flashy chaos. Adding to the wholesome chaos, both Taylor's mom and Travis Kelce's mom are said to be in the mix, bouncing ideas back and forth like pros, making sure nothing clashes with wedding prep or crosses into stress territory. It's giving family group chat energy but with better aesthetics. These trips are less like wild parties and more like curated escapes, where the real goal is breathing room. Time to laugh, decompress, talk about life, and yes, probably sprinkle in some wedding chatter without turning it into a Pinterest meltdown. Because privacy is still the holy grail here, most of the planning is happening quietly through Zoom calls, endless text threads, and a few low-key in-person meetups that fly under the radar. No flashy announcements, no accidental leaks, just trusted people doing trusted people things. Nothing is locked in yet when it comes to dates, destinations, or the final guest list, and even the wedding location is apparently still up for debate. The non-negotiable rule is simple. Everything has to feel safe, joyful, and stress-free. Fans, meanwhile, are already spiraling in the best way online, imagining rooftop sunsets, beach days, surprise gifts, and musical moments that feel straight out of Taylor's own universe. While fans spiraled online, imagining sunsets and surprises, back in Kansas City the mood snapped straight back to reality because the Chiefs' locker room was dealing with a full-on emotional hangover after everything went sideways. Andy Reid didn't sugarcoat a thing when asked about the vibe inside that room, and honestly nobody expected him to. The team had just watched a decade-long streak of dominance quietly pack its bags, and the energy reportedly felt heavy, drained, and painfully aware that the season had officially hit a brick wall. Reid acknowledged that everyone was frustrated, disappointed, and running on fumes after a year where effort didn't always equal results, which is the most annoying kind of football math.
I'm not happy about it. Neither is anybody here. I mean, that's we strive for excellence. We try to do that every year.
The loss dropped Kansas City to a record nobody in that building was used to seeing, snapping 10 straight playoff runs and delivering the franchise its first December collapse in over a decade. Insiders describe it as the kind of moment where you sit in silence, staring at the floor, replaying every what-if in your head. And as if that wasn't enough emotional damage for one night, Patrick Mahomes' season-ending injury poured gasoline on the heartbreak. The locker room felt the shift immediately, like the air got sucked out when it became clear the quarterback magic wouldn't be saving the day this time. Reid made it clear the guys had left everything out there, and that's what made it sting more. They weren't outworked, just outpaced by injuries, missed chances, and a league that doesn't care about past trophies.
Yeah, the guys are down. They busted their butt to win the game, and I wouldn't expect anything less. It's not a great feeling. I wouldn't expect it to be after losing a game.
After losing 5 of their last 6 games, this wasn't a slow fade so much as a skid into reality. Even with slim wildcard hopes lingering before kickoff, the team knew they were walking a tightrope, and once injuries piled up, even Mahomes couldn't superhero his way out. And while the grown-ups were emotionally processing a very long night, a much lighter, far more chaotic energy was unfolding elsewhere, because Kylie Kelce was busy breaking down the ultimate parenting mystery: who dressed the kids today, and why does it look like that? Kylie recently spilled the tea on how you can usually tell exactly who had wardrobe duty in the Kelce household, and the answer is vibes. According to sources, Kylie proudly identifies as a Type C mom, which basically translates to controlled chaos with a side of sure why not.
Our house, because I am a Type C mom, this probably is not as clear of a distinction. Because I am very much in the camp of, if they pick it out, sure.
If a kid picks something out and it technically fits on their body, she's letting it ride. No power struggles, no fashion police, just vibes and mild confusion. That's where the crossover happens, because insiders joke that when Jason Kelce dresses the kids and when the kids dress themselves, the results are almost identical. Think layers that make no seasonal sense, bold confidence, and outfits that ask more questions than they answer.
I think that the dad dressing the kid and the kid dressing themselves are two very similar looks. I think that's where you see a lot of crossover.
One daughter in particular gives off strong "I did this myself" energy, rocking multiple tops at once and sometimes layering skirts over pants like she's starting her own runway trend. And honestly, Kylie is reportedly fine with it, because the kid feels great and confidence is the real accessory.
Ellie is our child who, when she leaves the house, people probably think she dressed herself. She looks great, and she's excited about having on 2 shirts and probably a skirt over her pants. And I'm okay with that.
Then there's the most opinionated dresser of the bunch, who lives and breathes dresses, especially the princess variety. One recent dinner apparently turned into a full wardrobe crisis after a beloved princess dress met an unfortunate stain.
Recently, she was wearing her princess dress and wore it to the dinner table, which you all know didn't end well.
The aftermath included daily reminders, tiny finger-pointing missions to the laundry room, and a toddler very unimpressed with the speed of adult laundry services.
So it ended up in the laundry room, and so for 2 days straight, she would walk me down to the laundry room and point to the princess dress and be like, hey, you need to fix that.
Kylie allegedly solved this by temporarily hiding the dress, fully aware she was now living on borrowed time.
I then proceeded to hide the princess dress because I'm not 100% sure how to get the stain out.
Kylie finds peace in one universal truth. She buys the clothes, she washes the clothes, and therefore she has final editing rights. Stains that refuse to leave after a few attempts quietly exit the rotation, no dramatic farewell required.
I buy the clothes, I wash the clothes, and therefore can edit the clothes as they go into the washing machine, aka if there's a stain that's not coming out, we'll try once or twice.
And while laundry diplomacy ruled the Kelce household, Kylie quietly popped back into the public eye for something way bigger than mismatched outfits, stepping out for a cause that clearly hits home. After laying low for months and soaking up newborn life, Kylie made her first major appearance at a massive autism fundraiser, and it wasn't some casual wave-and-go situation. She showed up ready to speak, advocate, and remind everyone exactly where her heart is. She addressed the crowd with the kind of calm conviction that makes people instantly stop scrolling and actually listen, promising she plans to keep using her platform to talk about autism awareness no matter how busy life gets.
In Philadelphia, why do you keep posting about this charitable situation that you do? I'm nosy and I just want to know what's going on in your life. But I am so careful to make sure that I continue my messaging. I have not wavered, and I will not waver from people understanding that if you are following me.
This wasn't about spotlight chasing or headlines either. Insiders describe it as deeply personal, rooted in family, and very intentional. Kylie reportedly made it clear that anyone following her family's journey is also signing up to hear about the autism community, because that message isn't optional and it isn't going anywhere. And honestly, people felt it. There were tears, hugs, and a lot of nodding along in the crowd. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.